Oh, hello there and welcome to Zoranland. We are a entertaining website with fan club and social network. Please visit us at www.zoran-land.com and join our fan club. This is our Zealand Entertainment.
Hi again and welcome to Zoranland. You're watching Zealand Entertainment. I don't know if you already checked our website, but just in case you didn't, please check us out at www.zoran-land.com and join our fan club. Our fan club is zoran-land.com/fan club. Today we're gonna go to the cooking and recipes club, and I do have a question for you. Who said that there is no creativity in the kitchen? With us today it's Cheryl and Renee from Dream Cakes Bakery from Commerce Township, Michigan. Hi, how are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Renee, hi.
Very good, thank you.
Uh, I would like to ask you what we're gonna do today. What did you guys bring to the show, and what you're gonna show us?
Well, one of the questions that I get asked the most often is how do we get our cakes so smooth and beautiful and with no crumbs in them whatsoever. So today I'm going to show everybody how you do that. It's really not that hard.
Okay, and you got your helper with you.
I
That's
do,
Renee.
yes.
Renee, are you ready?
I'm always ready.
You're always ready. You're like me. Believe me when I say this. If you can dream it, they can make it. So let's start with what we're gonna do. What is the name of the cake?
Well, we're actually using a red velvet cake today. That's one of the ones that we make at the bakery. And it's actually one of the hardest cakes to ice because it's such a deep color. So I thought that would be a good one to show. All right, and what we're going to do is we've got several things gathered together here for you. Um, First of all, we've got our spatulas. This is a straight one and an angled one, and this one's going to be very important. And then, of course, we have to have something to put our cake on, cake plate, or you can use pretty much anything you have at home. And then, of course, you have to have your cake, and then a bowl of frosting. So pretty simple things, most things that people would have around the house. If you don't have these, they're available locally at like Joanne or Michael's, something like that. So very easy. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually make sure that our cakes are level. And I know a lot of home bakers, when they bake cakes, get a big kind of a lump at the top. It kind of looks more like a mountain than a cake. So the first thing you want to do is to level the cake so they're nice and smooth like this and even across. And one little hint on that, if you're getting a lot of the mountain look cakes, your oven may be too hot. Even if you're setting at the appropriate temperature, you should always use an oven thermometer because ovens are all calibrated differently. So a little tip there. So
So the temperature is very important part, plays
very
very important part in the
in the
cooking
cake.
the dough.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. So the first thing we're going to do is take a little swipe of icing, and we're going to put it right here on our plate. And the reason we do that is it's going to hold the cake so it doesn't slide anywhere. And then when you take your cake, what you always want to remember is the cut side, the part that you made even, that goes down, okay? So we're going to center it on our plate, and I'm using a turntable today. And if you don't have a turntable at home, that's easy. It's easy enough to do without it. The next thing we have to do is to make a filling so that we can put our other layer. It kind of sandwiches the two layers together.
What is the flavor of this dough
This is
that you
our
have?
red velvet cake. It's sort of like a little bit of a chocolate cake. It's very popular right now. We use buttermilk in the batter for it and everything. It's a very good cake. The only bad part of it is that it's pretty red. So when you eat red velvet cake, your mouth is a little bit red for a while.
What other flavors Dream Cakes offers?
Oh, our signature flavor is a white almond sour cream cake, which is a very moist white cake, just a hint of almond, no tree nuts in it for anybody with allergies, and it's just wonderful. It tastes great with every kind of filling that we offer. But we do also have a rum yellow, we have a dark chocolate fudge, we have a wonderful marble, um, pumpkin spice, strawberry swirl, banana, carrot. Yeah, awesome carrot cake.
That's my favorite, I
Yeah,
guess.
we have lots of different flavors. Pretty much, you can't go wrong over there. We've got just about everything anybody could like. So what I've done is just put a layer of icing down here to make our filling. And what you want to do when you fill your cake is to get it about a half an inch from the outside. That way when you put your other layer on, it doesn't go squishing right out of the middle for you.
Okay, how did you make the icing?
The icing is just a great buttercream icing. It's basically butter, sugar, and that's whipped together. We add a little bit of half and half in flavoring to get it to be extra good. Melt in your mouth. It's really, really good.
I believe it. I have to stop at the bakery again, but just to try how the ice cream
Well, and
tastes
you
like.
know what?
The ice cream, the icing.
If you're not a big fan of cake or you don't need a cake today, we always carry a great variety of fresh baked cookies every day too. So we have lots of people that come in just for the cookies.
What are the the favorite cookies of the
We
dream
have
cakes?
old fashioned molasses spice. Chocolate chip, of course, is always very popular. Very, very good peanut butter cookies. We also have some really interesting ones, like we have one that's a malted milk cookie. You know, it's got malted milk and actually crushed malted milk balls in it. So it's really, really good. And the best lemon bars, really, really good.
So we did put the other layer on the top of the icing,
Yep.
and
Yep,
what
so
is the
now you
next
can
step?
see- Now you can see that the cake is put together, and you can always push this down just a little, make sure it's nice and level. And then what we're going to do next is called crumb coating.
So actually, let me ask you: this was one dough, and you cut it in half, or you bake two
Two
doughs?
of them. We
Okay,
bake the batter in two different pans. Yep.
because you said one of the side was better looking than the other one.
Yes. Well, many people, I'm telling you, most of the cakes that come out are not perfectly level. They have a little bit of a lump in it. So that's why you cut part of it.
I
That
see.
part goes down. So the uncut part goes up. And now we're going to take just a little bit of icing. And this is a really important part. This is called the crumb coating. And what it does is it traps all the crumbs that are in the cake so that you don't get them in the final coat of icing. We're just going to smooth it right around here with our little spatula. It doesn't take a lot of icing to do this. It's just enough to trap all those crumbs in there. We don't like to see crumbs in the final icing. And again, this one, red velvet cake, is notoriously tough for coating just because of all that deep color in it.
How did you make the dough? What is inside the dough? We said what is inside the icing, but the dough.
Yep, the cake batter is basically flour, sugar, eggs, a little bit of butter in there. They're always butter cakes. We also use sour cream in our cakes so that they stay nice and moist. A little bit of flavoring, and for this cake in particular, there's about 2.5 ounces of red food dye that goes in it as well, which gives it its distinctive red color here. So anyway, we got it just about crumb coated. Just going to do the top here a little bit. And you can see where all those crumbs are trapped in the side. And this is the part that people that don't make cakes often or just make them at home once in a while don't really know about. But if you can trap all those crumbs, it makes it way easier to ice the cake. So there we have pretty much all of it done. And then next thing we're gonna do is the final coating on the cake so that we get a nice smooth finish. And I'm gonna just clean my spatula here.
What is the difference between the spatulas? Why is one like that and one is a little curved?
Well, we're gonna show you in just a minute, but really
Okay.
what this one is for is so this bent part, we're gonna smooth the top of our cake so that you don't get your finger in the way.
Oh, I
You
see.
see? If you
It's
try
more
to do
practical,
this,
actually.
yeah, this one's great for around the sides because it's short, but you need something longer to go across the
I got
top.
it.
So the next thing we're going to do is we've got assembled here a glass of hot water. This is called the hot knife method of smoothing the cake, and that's what we're going to use. But first we have to get some icing on it. So you start with a clean spatula,
Okay.
and the most important thing to remember is never touch the spatula to the cake. It only touches the icing. And if you can remember that, you're way ahead of the game. So we're going to put a big mound of this and just start spreading it.
How long you are doing this work? I was reading your biography on your website that says 20 years of experience, but
Well,
20 years of experience should not be crumbs at all there.
well, 20 years of experience. It's actually more like about 30 years now. We've been doing this for a very long time. I took my first cake decorating lesson to be able to do my daughter's birthday cakes when she was just a baby. And then it kind of grew from there. And now we do cake sculptures and all kinds of wedding cakes and some of the most interesting cakes you've ever seen.
Which one is the most popular wedding cake? I mean, how people can come to you and tell? I mean, we said, well, you can dream it,
Yep.
you can put it in a cake.
That's correct.
So, do they come with ideas? What
A
they?
lot of times they do, and a lot of times they don't. We'll have, especially like with our brides, we like to incorporate little touches of their personality into the cake. For example, somebody may bring me a picture of their bridal gown, and I will duplicate the lace onto one of the tiers of the cake. So it's very much their personal cake. In other cases, for some of our other events, we have people that bring us ideas for sculptures. We just did one for a young man where he was making his bar mitzvah, and the cake he wanted was Godzilla. So we did about a 2-foot Godzilla for him, and that was really pretty fun.
Well, I don't know anybody who ever did Godzilla cake.
Yeah,
It must be unique.
they're pretty good. We get all kinds of people that have all kinds of ideas about what is going to be the centerpiece of their cake. We had another young man that was celebrating an event, and he had a hockey theme, so we duplicated in cake the Stanley Cup, and it was about 4 feet tall. And I told him I'd be happy to do that. I just didn't want to write all those names on it. So now, as you can see, even though I'm working with a red velvet cake, I'm not getting any crumbs in the icing. And that, again, is because I'm touching the icing only and not the cake itself.
Okay.
And we're almost done with this, and then we'll show you how to make it nice and smooth. This only takes a few minutes, and once you've done it a few times, we even teach this to kids. We have at our shop, we offer kids parties where we give them each a 6-inch cake that's already iced, and we teach them how to do borders and how to make things out of fondant that they can put on the cake, and they get to take a decorated cake home. And that's a really popular way for people to do their birthday parties now, and it's they do. They have a great time, and the kids are very creative. They come up with all kinds of things. The biggest problem I have with those is they never want to go home, so they just want to keep putting more and more on their cake. All right, so we're almost done with this part.
That reminds me of me. Like when I see a chocolate or cake or cookie, I don't want to go anywhere but just sit next to the cookie.
Well, and you'll find a lot of people that come into our shop, they say the same thing. It smells good in there all the time. I think I'm immune to it now, but we have a wonderful cookie called a gooey butter cookie that we bake in there that is, I think it's going to have its own Facebook page one of these days. It's got people that come as far as Grosse Pointe and Shelby Township to buy it. And they buy them 6 dozen at a time just so they can keep some in their freezer.
Just by checking your website, seems to me like your location is pretty new.
It is. We've been there for 3 years, actually, but pretty new, I guess, in a lot of people's standards. We opened probably at the worst part of the economy, but my thinking at that was that, Americans, everybody here still has things to celebrate, and the way most Americans celebrate is with a cake. So we figured, if we could make it in the bad economy, when it got good, we should be doing real well. And we have been improving year over year. So we're very happy. We've got great community support, too, which has been really, really nice.
That's right. I also check your applause that you have on your website, but there is not such a thing, such a comment there that says, "Oh, we were not pleased with the cake." Well, then that is telling us that you are doing awesome job.
Yeah, and you know what? One of the other things is if you go to see us on Facebook, people can post things right there that are live. So, a lot of people say, well, maybe you made that up on your website. We didn't, but on the Facebook, that's where people.
But those comments, they deserve to be on a website. They're all good comments. What I wanted to do, what is the website? We are talking about the website, but we didn't mention yet. What is the website?
You can reach us at dreamcakesllc.com, and we're there. We're there. I'm pretty much there 7 days a week, but we're open actually 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday, Tuesday through Friday from 10 until 6, and Saturday from 9 until 2.
Okay, and what is the Facebook? Is the same Dream Cake?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You can see lots of things. Now we're going to get into this final phase here.
Okay.
And what I'm doing is
Let's
I'm
go back to
using-
the cake.
Yep, I'm using my angled spatula here, and I've been keeping it in this very hot water. And you just tap it off, and then when you slide across the cake, it starts to smooth it out. And the way it does that is because this is buttercream icing, the hot knife actually melts that very top layer of icing.
That's something that I will never think
See
about.
that? So it makes it nice and smooth. And then once we've got the top done, we're just going to slide into the side. Again, my spatula has been in that hot water. And I'm going to just turn the turntable as I ice this. And if you just
It's always nice to have a turntable
It
there
is.
actually
If
for
you-
finalizing.
if you just add a little bit of pressure to it, you will get a nice smooth finish. And at the very end, I've actually on purpose added a few crumbs in here so we tell you what to do if you get a couple crumbs in there. All right, so we're just going to smooth this. Keep cleaning off our spatula. Press just gently there, just enough to get that smooth finish on it. The hot knife really does all the work. All you have to really do is just turn the table and push a little bit. And we're going to clean up the bottom edge, and then I'm going to show a very simple, anybody at home can do this. You don't have to have any lessons or anything. Way to cover the edges on both. It would take just a second to do. And then our cake will be ready for any other decorative touches that you want to put. And I should mention that, you can go to places like Joann's and Michael's around here, and they have a lot of pre-made decorations. So if you're not really into making your own flowers or things like that, you can buy a variety of things there. Or you can always come to see us at Dream Cakes, and we'll be glad to make you the cake of your dreams.
That's right. When it comes up to me, I would rather buy it than make it. But even better, when I have to eat it by myself.
Okay.
Let me ask Renee something because
You go right ahead.
how long you're with Dream Cakes Bakery?
Well, I don't bake myself. I don't do the design, but I opened with Sherry when she first opened the shop. And she was actually still getting her culinary degree. So during the day, I would run it, and then she would come in when she was through with school, and she does all the baking, all the design. And right now, I'm just working part-time with her, but on and off, different times. We put a lot of hours in together.
She's great with
I
the
believe it.
customers. She's very good with the
Somebody has to be. Now for
Now we're going to
the
finish it.
finished
I
touch-ups on
wanna
the cake.
show you, if you can see this, we've got a little.
Let me go back to the original position.
Yep, see that little crumb? Now,
Uh-huh.
what we do, a very, very high-tech tool here is the toothpick, and all you do is use the tip of that, and you can remove any little crumbs that you might see. So, even if you got one or two in there, which, once in a while will happen, especially with like a chocolate or a dark cake, you're good to go after you use this. All right, and this is how we're going to finish it. Again, you can get this any place. This is just a simple star tube that we have. You can get them again at Michael's or Joann's. And the easiest way to finish this is we're just going to push little stars all the way around the base.
Is this the same icing inside that
Yep,
we already have?
exactly
Okay.
the same. Now, of course, you could make this a different color if you like, but this is about the simplest technique there is to do. Nothing hard about it. You just squeeze, and stop, and go all the way around the cake. Very, very simple. Very simple. And you'll be amazed at how many people will think you're a professional when you do something as easy as this at home.
And actually didn't even take took too
No,
long of a
didn't
time
take any
to,
long. It's
no.
yeah. I actually do this faster when I'm not talking. So
Okay.
I don't want to rush anybody, but it's a very simple technique. But again, the things that I want to stress are: make sure you level your cakes. Make sure the cut side is down when you put them together. Do your crumb coat first, then your final icing, and just make sure that you only touch the icing and not the cake.
Is this the only location that you have as of now in
Yes.
Commerce Township?
Yes, it is.
Any future plans for the opening a new location? How about the people on the east side, let's
Yeah.
say, or south? How can they come to.
Well, believe it or not, we get an awful lot of people from everywhere, from Detroit to, geez, we've had people come from Flint, uh, Shelby, pretty much everywhere. We're pretty, pretty centrally located. You can take M5 right down to Maple, come straight up, and we're right off of Benstein, about a half a mile off. So,
Just for those people who are from not that close to Commerce and
Uh-huh.
they do want to come to the store,
Yep.
what is the address?
it's 1050 Benstein Road. We're in Suite 8. We're in the uh, Benstein Plaza, which is a small strip center. It's about a half mile north of Maple, right on Benstein.
Okay, and the phone number, just in case they get lost.
Oh, we've had to bring somebody in too. So it's 248-669-9800. And again, our website, dreamcakesllc.com. You can see lots of cool cakes. And there we have it. Our cake is finished. And we could add some pretty flowers or whatever we want on it, but it's good to go.
That's right.
All right.
Looks very nice.
Thank you.
One more question.
Sure.
For those who want to order their bridal cakes or birthday cakes or whatever event they have, how long in advance they have to order? Because sometimes
That's true.
there is too many orders, or
There are. We
some
do.
special made cakes need more time.
That's
To
correct.
put more time in it. So
For a wedding cake, I would suggest that they come to see us anywhere from 3 to 6 months or more from the date of their wedding. We book up very quickly. We're booked through the end of this year already, so on most dates. So we will always let them know when they call if we have the date available. For any other kind of cake, you can either call us on the phone or come in. We have a great consultation room with a real high-tech smart TV up there that does a smart feed from our laptop of all the photos that we have, so we can show you lots of examples. And we have lots of reference materials there too. So a regular cake, I would say anywhere from a week to 2 weeks in advance would be good, especially when it starts getting into the heavy summer season.
So sooner better.
Sooner
If you
the
want to
better.
have your cake done right on time, sooner better. So
That's
come up with
exactly right.
idea and just call Sharon and Dream Cakes Bakery.
Yep.
When I came to the bakery to invite you to the show, your first word was yes.
Yes.
And I appreciate that. Thank you very much for coming to the show.
You're very welcome.
And I wish you all the best for Dream Cakes Bakery and you, and more business and more beautiful cakes.
Oh, thank you very much. We were very pleased to come here.
Anything else to finish the
I think this
show?
is just about it. Like I said, if you don't feel like doing this at home, come and see me. I'll take care of you.
That's right. Don't come on Monday
No.
because they're closed on Monday. I was there one time. They are closed on Monday.
Yes.
So thank you for coming to the show, and thanks for watching Zealand
Thank you.
Entertainment.
Bye-bye now.
Hey, it's me again. Thanks for watching our show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions for the next show, please email me at zoran@zoran-land.com. See you next time.